to keep my noon time and not be late, I just happened to be up here getting soda and gas for the generator. So excuse me a minute. Watch me carry a gas can in one hand, a 32-ounce drink in a hand, and a phone, and keep the wind from blowing my hat off. This ought to be pretty interesting. But man, I got some great, wonderful news. It just took so much off of my mind and stuff right now. You know, I was worried about a lot of shit. Court tomorrow, you know, being in a parking lot, you know, that who knows how many days I can be, no electric, running my generators and stuff. So a lot's changed. Whew. Let me get back here. Oh, goodness. Now I got about a good half a city block to walk to get out to my vehicle. I'm going to have to set this can down and change hands in a minute. I'll go back and read messages and say hello to everybody when I get here. Okay. Soda in the other hand. Well, tucked under my arm. And phone in that hand. Woo! And 5 gallons of gas headed out for a walk. All my pants are working down my hips. Wouldn't be funny if they fell down in the truck parking lot, would it? Whew. We're almost over to where I can switch hands and readjust my pants. I don't want to be out here showing a crack in my butt to all these truckers. Might get a few of them the wrong idea. Whew. This is where I was waiting to get to. There's a trash can here. I set my soda and stuff. Woo! Maybe we can make it over there now. We're just over halfway. If my hat don't fly off, I have to go chasing it. There you go. Someone somewhere along the journey over the last couple of weeks tried to set me up real bad. And let me tell you a story about how great God is. In just 1 minute. It has to do with the RV here. Whew, in the journey. And something I learned yesterday about how people set people up and stuff for real bad things. And I know it's all a blessing from God, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Let me put gas in the generator, and we'll continue this live in a couple minutes. Chill out. Now back to what I'm talking about, being set up. Okay, I went to court yesterday, and then an angel. Matter of fact, that angel's coming by to pick me up in the morning and take me to court and bring me back. $60. I can't beat that. Anyhow, she drove me all the way back here to Cannevago. She wouldn't drop me off front. And 2 or 3 times. And you just dropped me off front, you know, and nope, I'm going to take you back there. And I want to see the pups. And I'm like, cool, you know. And it was just like this. There's parking in front. There's parking to the left. There's parking to the right. Why did she pull in this space right here and pull all the way up here? More and more. Park about right here and proceed to talk and enjoy a little cannabis. Of all places, right here. Okay? Here's the thing about it. We're talking for a few minutes and she says, do you know that says the N-word on the side? And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, somebody's trying to set you up. They wrote the N-word on the side. Somebody see that, you don't want to hurt you, and this, that, and the other. I had no idea it was on there. Y'all know I'm not racial. Hell, I got a black grandchild, Spanish grandchild. I don't see color at all. But for someone to go over here and write the N-word there, she gave me a marker. As soon as I seen that, I immediately came over to make it where he couldn't read it. And now I'm in the middle of whitening it out. I got another couple white clothes. But come on, people. I would never, ever, ever put something like that on the RV. And I don't want anybody, nobody, anybody ever to put something like that on this damn mobile billboard. Man, if I catch you, I will make y'all look like such idiots on the internet. That's stupid. And did they do that to try and get me hurt or what? You know, somebody could take that wrong, and I wouldn't blame them, and no questions asked, try to harm me. So now, every day, I've got to go around and look and see what idiots put on this RV. I don't think nobody paid and tagged that. Most people, when they come by and, you know, we talk whatnot, very few of them ever go to the back side. They all tag it on this side. So that was deliberately done. For what reason, I don't know. Just because they're a racist piece of shit. Or if they're trying to make people think that I am and get me hurt. So, I wanted to put that out there, folks. I hope y'all know I'm not racist at all. I hate everybody. I mean, I love everybody equally. Ha, ha, ha. No, I love everybody equally. I preach every day. Forget color, forget sex, forget all that bullshit. Human beings on planet Earth. And then somebody wants to write that on my vehicle. That would be something Scott Winslow, Albert, or Steve Sprague would do. Their mentality. Rant's over. Let me sit down a second, get my glasses on, and read the comments. Whew. Not sorry for that little rant. I just wanted that out there, okay, folks? I'm not prejudiced. Never. And had I known that was on there, it would have been immediately off. But look at the power of the Lord. That was the whole point of the story. Look at the power of the Lord. Of all places, for her to pull up. Even we talked about that in the car, you know, and how great God is. And, you know, for her to park there and smoke a bowl and her look over there and see that word. God is wonderful. He sends me angels, man. He sends me angels, folks. For those who don't believe in the power of God the Lord and stuff, I feel sorry for y'all. Please listen to the testimonies, not just from me, but others. Okay, let me go through these messages and I'll give everybody updates. No, the Cannevago don't have an engine. I don't have a new RV. And we got to worry about all that starting in a couple days, okay? Right now, everything is about the court and where I'm going to be and all this other crap while we're doing things. So let me catch up on the comments real quick. And hello, everybody. And we'll discuss what's happening. Yo, Michael, Frank, everybody. If I miss you, I'm sorry. Daniel, everybody. Good. Said hi, Eddie, Murray, everybody. Dan, how's it? Hey, right. All y'all just talking among yourselves. That's great. Thank you, people. He throws their services. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen no lot lizards here. No, I haven't seen any lot lizards here. No, it's really a really nice ran place and all. You know, it is very Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen one lot lizard here. Yeah, I don't know who it was, but it was very, very disrespectful to me and everybody else. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, because I mean that's just stupid. That is stupid. Oh, Daniel, I know you would have. It's only happened over the last few days. Um, yeah, it'd be a good clean spot. There you go. But why in the world would some idiots do something like that? You know, that's just, man, it's beyond stupid. I wish I knew what day it happened because, even though, let's say tomorrow I see something wrote on there like that, I can go over my cameras and I will. I'll take it to police or whatever and have them figure out, how to go back on it and whatnot because I'll prosecute someone that does that. I mean, I don't care. Somebody sneaks up and writes whatever, but when you put racial slurs and stuff on here, I'll prosecute you for that one. Um, you know, um, that to me, that's just so not right, unchristian and everything. Just totally what I'm against. I say freedom of speech, but not when it comes to racial slurs and stuff like that. No, no. Yeah, especially when I didn't let them do it. Yeah. Okay. Want the good news or the bad news? The bad news is I'm still fighting with AAA, of course. And twice now. And the guy, he pissed me off again. I told him F you and AAA and hung up the phone again. He won't let me talk. And he's telling me this, that, and the other. He won't listen about anything. And I tried to tell him, if y'all call me back in a couple of days or give me a number I can call, I'm going to have an RV spot and I can get mail. But where you couldn't talk. And finally I said, F you and AAA and hung up the phone. I'm so sick of their shit. Well, that's the bad news. That's the bad news. I'm still messing around with AAA and I haven't got my $675 from them. That's the bad news. The other bad news is I'm fixing to spend the money that I could probably buy an engine with. I'm stuck. Okay, I've got to take it and spend it for a place to stay. I will have heat. I will have water. I will have sewer. I'll have an RV spot for a month. It's $750, but only 1 month. After that, it's 250 or 260 a week. Well, I hope not to be there more than a month, please. So I'm going to take the little cash that I got left, and the only thing that could stop me is AAA not honoring the tow. But I have a reserve space at an RV park starting on Saturday, and it's my spot for 30 days. And they know who I am, what I'm doing, and yeah, no big deal. And if I don't even want to hook up my sewer system and whatnot, they have shower, restroom, electric, and all that. So God is great. He found me a place and put me right in. A lot of the places, they don't do monthly rentals and stuff like that. But talking to a few people, and calling around, I found this one. And it's $750 for the first month. I can't beat that. I said I was looking for something up to $800. And the good Lord just put that right in my lap, from making a few phone calls. See, I'll be honest, I was going to have this towed into downtown Springfield tomorrow across from the courthouse so I could go to court. And then I was just going to sit there until they did something or released ticket or something. I was going to basically have a stand down, arrest me, take the RV, do whatever the hell you think you got to do during the Christmas holidays. No, I'm ready for that, But the good Lord put another thing here, I'm going to go off the road for a month. I'll put a GoFundMe or whatever. And if we can get an engine up and in here before the month's out, I'll be ready to head on down the road, I'm not going to wait here 5 months for the court thing. Hopefully we get it all over the news and everything before then. But I think this is the best, and I think this is what the good Lord put in front of me right now. Hey, you want some life wisdom? Let me tell you some life wisdom real quick, okay? And then I'll get back onto this. Whether you listen to it or not, I don't know. Give me 1 second. Got to have a bubbler for this. And I'm going to give you, here in a few days, or a week or whatever, December 30th, I'll be 67 years young. Okay? Hey, Doug. So this is what I learned in 67 years of my adult life. Forget everything these idiots in your life have taught you. Maybe not your parents, but your schools and everything. Everything that someone has taught you, forget the hell about it. Just forget about it. Seriously. Cheers. Let me break it down for you, because you're taught everything you know. People nowadays, I've got them right on here. I just got rid of a guy. He'd like to try and argue with me about flat earth and God and stuff and whatnot. Why do you know it's flat? It's another. Well, why do you know it's a globe? You were taught that. So there are arguments all over the internet whether the world's round, whether the world's flat. But honestly, and I mean honestly, who gives a shit if it's a pyramid? Who gives a shit if it's a cube? Is it not planet Earth? Whatever longitude or latitude you go to, whatever country, wherever you go, this is planet Earth. We are human beings. I'm not a fallen angel. I don't have the DNA of an Anunnaki, the giants, or any of them things. Now, whether you don't believe in them or not, that's up to you. I suggest people read the book of Enoch. It tells you everything. But if you're like me, you're simply a human being. You come in this world naked and nothing, you're going to leave this world naked and nothing. And you bleed red. Your first breath of life is death, your journey to death. You're no different whether you're a man, a woman, black, blue, gray, straight, whatever. You're taught all that bullshit. So I want you to remember the two main things. You're a human being, period, on planet Earth. Now throw in the third and final key, the golden rule. Do unto others. I don't want to be lied to. I don't want to be cheated on. I don't want to be stolen from. I don't want to be beat. You know, all these stuff that people do. I don't want that to be done to me. So why would I do it to others? You know, if we lived human beings on planet Earth, the golden rule, you know where you'd be? They'd rename it the Garden of Eden. And that's the best old wisdom advice I could give anyone. Stop hating one another because their sexual preference, their color, their anything. Writing the N-word on someone's vehicle and stuff. How stupid is all that? I mean, words of wisdom I can give to you right now that you need to, if you haven't, is put your head into the Bible, because we're living in Revelations right now. We are living in the end of times right now in Revelations. Now, it may be tomorrow. It may be 10 years from now. We don't know. Anybody that tells you they know the date and the hour, they're a liar. But think about that. Human beings, planet Earth, the golden rule. How I mean, is that okay for a wisdom? I mean, what did you think about that? Oh, what's this? It says disrespectful. And on the, you're talking about on writing on the RV. I've seen that one. What's that about? Thank you, Y. Thank you, Daniel. Doug, I got a place to stay for a month. Yeah, it's going to cost me $750 and whatnot, you know, but hey, winter's coming, I'll be safe. I have electric and everything. It's supposed to be 20-something here shortly. Hey, Crispy, yeah, man, we all got to love one another. Could you imagine a world if we lived, like I said, we just lived that golden rule, do unto others. If we could just live that. But it never happened because of greed and everything. And, you know, they call cannabis the devil's lettuce. No, it's money. And it's just, you know, they twist everything. They want me to believe that my Savior was born in the middle of winter when I know he was born at the first of spring. I'll bet anybody, but of course none of us can prove it, but I'd bet anybody a $100 bill that the Messiah was born on April Fool's Day more than he was on Christmas Day. Makes a lot more sense. And if I was the Prince of Darkness and made the very first April Fool's joke ever, that's a hell of an April Fool's joke, ain't it? I printed up a check, a publisher's clearinghouse check, because we had a sign shop, and my girlfriend at the time, her 18-year-old boy, he loved that publisher. I made him think. A couple friends come with that fake check and stuff, and they had the video camera and the blue. They come up there, not Eric Finley. Oh my! He didn't talk to me for about a month after that. But I'm pretty good on pranks and stuff. But Satan, I think, has got the whole world on the biggest prank ever. And how April Fool Day come? You know they changed the calendar, and if you don't know you changed the calendar, then you probably don't know a lot, and you should do some research instead of, people that call you whatever. A turtle has 13 spots and 28 spots. You ever know why? Because before Rome changed our calendar, like they changed the Sabbath, we were on a 13-month, 28-day cycle with 1 day for the resurrection of the Messiah. And that brings you your 3. The Romans jobbled it up, and we went to a 12, not 13-month calendar. You don't know what real day and year we're living in. You'd have to go all the way back to when they changed it and figured it out. Every one of us is just being lied to and fooled all through our life. That's why the Bible says, seek and you shall find. You got to go out there and try and find that truth and stuff. But right now, let's all just believe in one love. We're human beings on planet Earth. What's happening over the next few months? It's the only way we're going to survive, especially the ones that believe in Christ and whatnot, is sticking together and helping one another. Because this world's going to hell in a handbasket pretty quick. Oh, well, he ain't a cop. He wasn't a cop. He was a bailiff. There is a difference. He's a court bailiff, and he should be reprimanded. But because the judge said he didn't do it and he don't get reprimanded, they're going to do it to other senior citizens and stuff. I don't think he should have done it to anyone, but definitely not a senior citizen. Definitely not. He's a candidate for the abuse for elderly petition. A real good candidate for it. How dare a court official do me like that? But it's not even a real court. It's a magistrate court. It's not a court of law. It's a court of city ordinances and bullshit. Oh, I do get to speak at the, December 15th. I think she said it was a Monday. December 15th, I get to speak at the city council meeting. I got to find a ride out there. Maybe my angel can take me out there if she's not working or something. I thought it was at City Hall, and that's why I was going to, be proud to have the RV parked there, because boom, before my 72 hours, whatnot, I go to address the City Hall, and the next day we can see what's going to happen. But the good Lord's putting me out in an RV park, and they moved where the meeting is. They're doing renovation and stuff downtown, and they're not holding the city council meeting downtown like they normally do. It's way off in another miles from where it's supposed to be, which, I understand that. So if I had been parked there, I would have still had to find a way. And this way, mine would be in a nice RV resort and shit like that, so I don't have to worry about it being on the side of the road. Somebody writing the N word on it. He threatened to throw me in jail. You do that again, I'll throw you in county jail. And that judge said he didn't say that. What a lying judge. And what does she know? Evidently, she's a pretty good sneaking nose lot, because she knew I recorded my phone calls and stuff. Yep. Hey, Ozzy gave his life to Christ, man. You say what you want about Ozzy, but man, I really respected him when he come forward and whatnot and whatnot. Oh yeah, Ozzy gave his life to Christ, or he says he did and whatnot. Absolutely, Eddie. I was lucky. Three of the main things my dad taught me, and I listened to. A man's only as good as his word. That's true. A handshake is a contract. Should be true. And don't throw your money in a crawfish hole. Um, and he explains to me about renting apartments and houses. If the money goes to owning it, you're fine. Rent to own and stuff, you're fine. They used to have stuff like that then. But nowadays you don't even hear of that unless it's, owner financed or something like that. If a part of your rent, not all of it, but even part of it, is going to purchasing the place, then you're not just throwing a bunch of money away and buying something for someone else. You see what I'm saying? But if every penny you pay every month don't go and put 1% or nothing in that price, all you're doing is basically buying something for someone else. It's a shame we have to live that way and whatnot, but that stuck with me back then, and that's why I've had buses and RVs. Thank God I didn't get caught up in that loop. I bought a house at one time when I was with the girl and her 18-year-old son and his two brothers, the one I paid the prank on, and the boys wanted to live in an apartment. They didn't want a little house or nothing. And of course, boom, we ended up losing the house. The boys made so much hell that they didn't want to be there. But that's neither here nor there. So nowadays, you can't even afford a house, most people. No, you don't legalize all drugs. That would be kind of stupid. Now, if you wanted to decriminalize all drugs, I can go with that. I could go with that. But you don't need to legalize all drugs. I don't want a bunch of heroin addicts and shit just roaming the streets and whatnot like they do. Hell, they do that when it's not legal. If people had the right side of mind and lived to go the rule and stuff, they would go out and work. Just like me and all of y'all have done. They'd go out and work. They'd come home, call their dealer up. Yo, can you come bring me a little toot or whatever you're doing? And someone comes to you, or you go to them. Not out on the streets or nothing, but nobody knows what you're doing. You make a call, you get your choice of drugs you want, but cannabis is not a drug. Man makes drugs. But you can get all the drugs you want. You go to him, he comes to you. You don't do them in your car, you don't do them on the streets. You stay at home and do your damn drugs. You wake up the next morning, go to work, whatever. Nobody would give a shit. Whether you did whatever, nobody would give a shit. It's when you put it out in public they do. And I understand that. We have kids, we have everything out there, So you should keep that shit at home. Just like all this gay stuff. I don't hate gays. I'm not against gays. I got a gay granddaughter and all. But until they started just putting and pushing it on the children and stuff and making the rainbow God's promise colors and whatnot, they're a little too far on that one for me. Yeah, not all drugs. I wouldn't legalize. Now, if they wanted to decriminalize, people should not be in prison for drugs. That's the reason I say decriminalize. If they really wanted to do something, they'd make a drug camp. We got military bases, even in other countries and stuff. They've got movie theaters, hospitals, restaurants. They got all kinds of things on them, plus housing. Let's take one of these damn military bases and make it a drug camp. 18 and over, you can go right there if you want to do drugs. And the government's going to provide them to you. So your loved ones know that what you're putting in your veins, your lungs, or whatever is not poison. Because you're not going to change someone's mind until they're wanting to change and willing to change. And if I had a loved one strung out on heroin or something, I would much rather him live in a drug camp where as long as he minds the rules, he can be there and he can have his drugs of choice and stuff. And live out his life. And nobody harass him, whatever. That's what he wants. But if he wants to come back and join everyone else, come to the other side of the compound, go through a 90-day rehabilitation, whatever, and then come back. And if you screw up again, you can go back to the drug camp. And it would work because you would have laws and rules there. For you to get your drugs and stuff, you got to do a little work and keep your stuff clean and whatnot. Any fights or anything like that, boom, you go to jail. Not for drugs or being a drug camp, but for breaking a law.
stealing, fighting, whatever. I mean, there'd be rules and stuff. And you take most of these people and tell them they got a place they can live and whatever and whatnot, and free drugs, they'd go. They would probably go. But you also have on the other side all the counselors, all the help and everything, a visiting area where on the weekends family can come visit them and all. Don't that sound like more of a better idea than just putting people in prison for pot or other drugs and stuff? There's so many other better ways, but I think a drug prison or whatever. Sure, you can't just walk in and out. You got to go through the program to get out. If you can't live in there and do the drug program at the drug camp, boom, you go to prison then. I mean, that's just what I think. And you know what you did then? You know one of the things that goes over everybody's head? If you made a drug prison, all these people want to go out to drug prison. Don't you think most of them would go out there? Sure, there's going to be a few that don't want to and whatnot, but they would be such a less demand for drugs. You just ended all the cartels. If the government's letting you live out there for free and do all the drugs you want, you don't have to sit here and hold a sign, flies and all this, that, and the other. Look how many drugs you just ended. Because the government, like they always do, they're supplying the drugs and cuts out all the cartels and stuff. Wouldn't that just be a shame if we did something like that? I mean, how much cocaine could the cartel sell and whatnot if all the cokeheads or all the heroin addicts and stuff went out to this drug camp? I mean, it's something that, some old stoner dreamed up, but I guarantee it'd work. Huh. Yeah, Ozzy's all right. I didn't really grow up on Ozzy, but yeah, Ozzy's all right. He's always been all right. A little off the rocker, weird, but all right. Hey, thank you, Right on, Eddie. That's the way to do. Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, I understand, but you know what? That's between them and the creator. And why are we in any other one's business unless they're putting it in front of our children and stuff? You know what I'm saying? Two consenting adults, what they do behind closed doors in their homes and stuff and whatnot, I have no problem with whatsoever. God bless them. But when you bring it around the kids and stuff and whatever, I got a big problem with it. I wish I had known that. Twinkle, twinkle, 19. I like that. I think it's like cigarettes. I really do. I think it'd be like cigarettes. Cigarettes are real fun until you got hooked on them. But then when nobody cared, they would actually give them to you, buy them for you, whatever. Nobody cared that you just smoked a cigarette. Then it was a nasty habit you couldn't get rid of. I know, I've been through it. Sneaking around at school and all that when you was young, whatnot, it was really cool. And that was the fun of smoking. After that, it was just a nasty habit that you can't get rid of. Drugs are kind of the same way. You first open a drug camp like that, yeah, there's probably going to be more people going out in coffins, but not from bad drugs, from living their life out and the drugs taking toll on their body and stuff, but not just ODing in the streets and stuff. But you know what? I think over a couple of years, them numbers would keep coming down more and more and more and more and more and more and more. I just think so. Because at some point they're going to realize, I don't want to keep doing this. Nobody cares anymore. I can sit here and do this. And if they want to do that, let them do that. You know, we don't know what in life put them in a situation where they want to do that. You know what I mean? And as long as they're not hurting no one else, like I say, if people didn't rob, steal, whatever to get drugs and they go do it in front of children and stuff, nobody'd have any problem with it. So let's give them a place they can go get good, clean drugs, do them out of the sight of children and stuff, 18 and above. When you come in the visit area, you got to be straight. You can't have no drugs there. Or just keep warehousing them in prisons for profit. Yeah. Oh, I hear you. Hey, but see, we don't live in that world. We do not live in that world and that rule. There's two laws in our country and whatnot. There's two laws. There's the land law, the law of the land when you're on land. And there's maritime law, the law of the water. Those are the two laws in the world or whatever. Yeah. We were sold out to corporate entities with a birth certificate. That's why you go in a courtroom and you enter the threshold and there's 6 freaking mines. That's a ship we're on. Bar Association, British Attorney Registration. We're all under Roman British law as soon as you go in them courtrooms. We're not under American, we're not under solvent citizen. We're not under land law. There's only one court, I think, if you research it. If there's land law, whatever. Every one of them is a maritime court. The Just Us system. Not the justice system. The Just Us system. Yeah, but there's no law of the air, really. Yeah, I mean, there is, but we're not involved with the law of the air. But you're right. You're right. Just like Bar Association, you're right. That's why I say there's 2 basic laws, land and water. And all this shit they're doing in the water courts would never, ever happen in the land courts. And that's why they did that. Because in the land courts, it plainly states no victim, no crime. Me doing any type of drugs or whatnot, as long as I didn't steal them or anything like that, nobody's a victim. How can I be in trouble for it? Just like people drinking and they make it home, there was no victim, you know, they got away with it, okay? But if there's a victim, then they would be charged with that, you know, not drinking and driving, but causing an accident, causing harm. There's a victim, you know, now there's a crime. But I hate to say it because I hate drunk driving and whatnot. But, you know, back in the day, no victim, no crime, you know? But they turned everything into prisons and profit and stuff. Yeah, you come through your mom's birth school. Yeah, terms and technology. It's just bullshit that man wrote to control us. It's all against the Constitution of the United States. That's why we don't live by the Constitution of the United States. And people don't see that. And it's like, why? We're not living under the Constitution of the United States. Anybody that says that's a damn liar. We live under British rule. And hell, I thought that's why we came to America, to escape that freaking British rule. BP station, you ever bought BP gas? You ever look who they are? British Petroleum. Right, we have no constitutional rights in their court. Look at the damn crackhead kangaroo court I went through yesterday. I didn't have no rights. I'm my own attorney. I had to be. I don't care how they spin it. I'm at a defendant's table and there's a prosecutor table. Okay? If we're arguing in front of that judge, I'm arguing as pro se, my own lawyer. I have every right in the world to talk to that prosecutor before and after court, but I wasn't even allowed to talk to the prosecutor. What kind of freaking kangaroo court's that? I'm going to address that with the city council on the 15th. The city council appoints the judges and stuff. I found that out, or the magistrates. So, yeah. And she asked me what I wanted to speak on. And I said the corrupt municipal court, not the county court, but your corrupt city courts and their procedures and stuff. So they know what I'm going to talk about. Mayor ain't gonna talk to me. I'm gonna talk to the mayor December 15th for 5 minutes. I did it before in 2016. And it went, well, go to Google. The second thing that pops up about me, all them stories, of course, the first one's the petition. The second thing that pops up, I mean, go to Google right now and type in 420 Jim. I guarantee you the second thing that pops up is me in Springfield. It damn near the same type of situation, but it was for the cops and them back then. But there's a prosecutor that wouldn't listen to me or nothing. And the day of court that I finally got to see the judge said, y'all need to go step out in the hall and talk. That was the only time I was allowed to. So when I asked her if I could talk to the judge, she said, no, you got to talk to her. What kind of a crackhead court is that? And I can't get evidence to the prosecutor. I can't get evidence to court. I got to go submit it to the police department. What kind of crackhead shit is that? You know, he's down here describing his farts. Hey, you know why farts stink, right? So deaf people can enjoy them too. That was for you, Frank. Did who win what? Oh, I don't go to court for Walmart until tomorrow, and I'm not even going to try to win. I'm going to try and get the judge to dismiss the case without prejudice, like I did with Church Cannabis out there in Indiana. I don't think there's any way, shape, or form I'm going to get a fair shot at anything in this court. I could be wrong. I like the judge. She seemed like a nice judge, but I don't want it heard. I want to take it to a higher court. And like John said, this is a multi-million-dollar case coming up against Walmart. Now, if they want to involve the city of Springfield and something, we can do that too. I'm trying to save a little face with Springfield, but I don't care. I don't care who pays the lawyer the check in the end. But it will be a multi-million-dollar case against Walmart. I know it will be. I don't have to worry about my family. They're going to be taken care of here in a few years. Hey, go crop dusting. Just like them calling the police on me at City Hall yesterday. And I asked the lady at the city manager's office this morning, I says, you know why? Somebody said, well, we certainly didn't. We weren't in the building. I said, well, your security guard didn't. He said he didn't, but police came. And, really, they have no right to even come and talk to me unless they suspect me of a crime. So, who called them? Of course, she ain't going to tell me or try and investigate or nothing, but. Nah. It would have been funny to left a big crop dusting for that judge. Oh no, Patrick. Oh no, no, I got to go to trial 5 months from now. The crackhead judge wouldn't listen to a tape and wouldn't let the prosecutor hear tape. The crackhead judge wouldn't let me get a continuance by phone when I was broke down an hour away. But yet, while I'm waiting in the lobby, they get a call from a witness saying I can't make it, and they talk about this in the courtroom while I'm out. Someone out of the courtroom actually was standing in line and said, "Oh, they're talking about your case now. There's not a witness or something." Why the hell are you discussing my case without me, my attorney, or anybody in present? That's cahoots the judge to the prosecutor there now. That's highly And when that judge tells me this is a court of no record, I said, "What's that mean?" She says, "There's no recording of anything in here. We don't keep blah, 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 and this, that, and the other." And she said, "I know you record all your calls and stuff." Why the hell would that judge make that statement? I didn't tell her that. Oh, shit, Frank. Oh, that whole crackhead court, municipal court thing is nothing but a freaking joke. Oh, and I mean not a funny one. I'm so glad the county courthouse ain't like that. Far to know. They do have a kangaroo judge, not the one I'm going through in tomorrow, but the other kangaroo judge, yeah. But, yeah. I'm hoping I can just go there tomorrow and say, "Your Honor, this attorney actually showed up to a case where attorney's not allowed," and then that judge didn't want to hear the case or nothing, had to take it. I think I'm going to ask, "Can you just please drop this?" And without prejudice, let me move it to a higher court, because honestly, I don't think I'm going to get heard right or fair. Maybe this is the wrong court. And see what she says. I think she's going to agree with me and that she'll be happy to do it, but I don't know. Then I'm going to work on nothing but let's get the RV on the road and get down to Florida. And I hope I can get y'all behind me and help me do that. So that's my basic plans right now. Go to court tomorrow, try and get the case dropped, basically. It means that I want to drop it and refile later when I get my shit together, basically, or whatever. And the other side can object to it, and I'm sure she will. But then it's ultimately up to the judge to rule. And I'm hoping she will go ahead and rule in my favor to move it. Otherwise, we're going to have to proceed. And then it's going to get, dropped or in Walmart favor or my favor, whatever. But I'd rather just have it dropped without prejudice so I can refile. That stops the time clock and all that crap. And I do. I want to turn it over to a law firm. And I want it to be a two-state lawsuit, and to include Wichita and Kansas. So, something I've been trying my best not to get into, but it looks like the way to do it. I don't know. I'm going to turn it over to a lawyer and not even worry about it. Know what I mean, Burn? Oh yeah, if they're following the law and stuff, yeah. When they say you can't record, that's because they know they're corrupt and they want to be corrupt. Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. Especially when it's a court of no record. Now, regular courthouses and stuff, all that's courts of record. I can see no recorders, no nothing, because everything is on record in them courtrooms. Here, it's not. So why would you want somebody to have video cameras and stuff in there? Look at all the shit you can do. I'm not saying who or what's doing anything, don't get me wrong. But I know there's a lying-ass judge and a bailiff that needs some anger management classes, maybe, and how to treat the elderly. Yeah, just like why are their cases 5 months out? At least 5 months out. What the hell? Now they got that many cases. How many people they screw over in the city of Springfield? Wow. And that's city, not county, city. Yeah, I think I'm due for another cheers here. But I'm so near about broke now that it ain't funny. I'm hoping like hell that there's a Walmart that delivers out to the RV park. I haven't checked that out yet. But the manager liked me or my name and everything like that. Says he can't wait to meet me. So I'm sure if need be, I can find people that, I can get them to pick me something up or maybe get a ride to the store back, whatever. I haven't checked the area. I haven't been out there. But, a few prayers about tomorrow and getting the RV towed day after tomorrow would be very, 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 very appreciative. I know the good Lord's doing all this, so I'm pretty sure he's going to get me out there. And they already know I'm coming in by tow truck. I went to the extent to let them know about the trolls and this, that, and the other. And, hey, I've got a pretty high-profile RV. The second search under the internet's going to say 420 Gym in Springfield, yada, 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 yada. I don't want to get there and y'all discriminate and say I can't be here or nothing. He went and looked at me on the internet and everything, and yeah, they ain't got no problems. So if the trolls want to go call, whatever, let them. All it does is prove everything I say right when they make calls to all these people and they find out that it's nothing but lies. Where's my glasses? Well, this is an RV park. Maybe they would do it in an RV park. I don't know why not. Because they got lot numbers. Oh, I've already got my lot number, Eddie. I'm in. I've already got my space number. Yeah. Yeah, but see, here's the thing, Michael. Here's the thing. They're not reporting you. They're not reporting you. Are your videos getting taken down? Are you getting, say, in another strike, your account's going to be banned and stuff like that? See, there's a difference of having trolls on TikTok and having people get you banned. I can go to your channel right now and get you in all kinds of shit on your account. I guarantee you I can. I know exactly. I figured out exactly how the trolls do it. And TikTok's all done by bots and stuff. There's no people watching all this stuff and whatnot. I can tell you exactly how. 90%. Now, there's some accounts you can't, no matter who you complain, you can't do nothing about them. Me and Will's found that out. But the average person like me and you and whatnot, man, I can get your account down and no problem. Give me a week. Give me a week. You build another one. You know what I mean? I've had it done to me by the trolls time after time. All they do is keep reporting your ass. And they have to literally take your video down or stop your live or something. Not just a troll making a comment or this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? If they stop your live and put you in timeout 72 hours and this, that, and the other, or all your videos are starting to be disappearing that you violated, and trust me, you can do a video of sitting here talking about Bible verses and stuff, and someone will report it as a drug and alcohol and this, that, and the other. It'll get a review. And it'll say they put it back up. We didn't find a violation. You're like, yeah, I know. Ah, cool. They wait over 24 hours and they report it again. Then that video don't get put back up. The bot says, oh, no, screw this. Second time, it's out of here. It don't get a second review. Yet they put it up because they said you was in the right. It's stupid. It is nothing but stupid. And it's one thing to have trolls there. And, you know, if I just had trolls and they didn't report my stuff to get me kicked off of TikTok, I'd have one of the biggest channels there. And they'd be pretty popular and whatnot in their fame and whatnot, but they're too stupid to know that. Yeah, well, see, mine, they go and report my videos. I had so many videos taken down. I don't have nothing to do with drug, alcohol, whatever. But they reported that, and then they review it, and they say, oh, we found no violation. I mean, I got all the screenshots. And they put it back up. 2 days later, it comes back down that it was violated, and I'm like, I just appealed that and won. You don't get another appeal. It's gone, done with. You're screwed. And after 3 of them, you get 2 strike, whatever, that 3rd strike, they just get rid of your channel, everything. Been there, done that. That's why I just don't even really mess with TikTok. Because I know all the media's going to do, even if it's just a cool video, you know, we're just talking like whatever. They're going to report it, and then boom, and I'm going to get strikes, and then boom, I'm done. You see how many times, every time I go live just about, what'd they do? Kick me off for 3 days, kick me off for 3 days, kick me off for 3 days. I didn't do nothing wrong on none of them lives. Funny you should ask that. Funny you should ask that. One of my proudest days. Yes. Yes. And I'm so proud of the smell of it. I just want to, I can eat all this in 15 minutes. I mean, yeah. But I just get a little piece of the morning, a little piece of the evening. I want to stretch it out. You know what I mean? I want to stretch it out. It's that good. When it's gone, it's gone. And I'm trying to stretch it out, you know, piece of the morning, a piece of the evening, something. It'll be gone in a couple of days or tomorrow, maybe. But yeah, I'm so proud of myself, you know, that I've been able to. But I ate a piece this morning even. It was good with coffee. It was good with coffee. Oh, my friends, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope together we can find an engine and get the RV running. I will have close to $800 whenever Triple Trouble gets me my check. But that don't help right now. I need all the help I can get. I'm going to cover my months in the RV park and stuff. And I'll just barely have enough money to make it through the month, you know, for food. But I don't need help for that because that's what I'm putting all my money on. I'm going to need help with getting an engine and or an RV. I'm open to whichever one's going to be the cheapest, the fastest. We're not going to worry about staying here, not going to worry about Walmart, none of this other bullshit. We're just going to get back on the road, get down to Florida, go up to Washington, D.C. After the march in Washington, D.C., If we do something or have to do something about the wall, whatever, that's the time to do it. When I'm headed home. Right now, it's just, I don't know. I got the full wheel drive to just get going and get down to Florida. It's the winter season. You know how many signatures I can get down in Florida? I can blow this petition up in Florida. If I go down and see Lieutenant Dan, JC, down in Fort Myers, that'll blow it up. So, yeah. Tampa, Florida, where he became famous. Tampa Terrace or whatever. They got a lot of YouTubers there in Tampa. We had a sign shop in Tampa. I grew up in Tampa. I'll go down there and, they see the Kennebago and stuff. So, Florida will break it. Florida will bring it out. I guarantee you. Florida will help this. Just get me down to Florida and watch what that petition does. That's why I say if I have 10,000 signatures, by the time I leave Florida, I'll pull permits to do a march in Washington, D.C. Because I'm confident before I leave Florida, or just as I leave Florida, they will be 10,000 or more signatures on that petition. The hardest thing right now is to get the hell out of Spring, get an engine in here, or get another vehicle, and get the hell down to Florida. Because after tomorrow, I could go to Florida. Nothing's holding me back no more. I'm not going to sit here 5 months or wait 5 months for this other thing. I could be done. But as it is now, I'm going to have to try and get that ticket done in Kansas. But I don't care. Even if that one went to warrant, I don't care. I can beat it. I'll fight it then. Good question, Michael. Yeah, I've had these people on my lives. I live in Missouri. When you come to Murray, I had somebody when you come into Mount Vernon, Missouri, and none of them's ever showed up. Oh, I'm on the other side of the Ozarks. That makes sense. That could make it difficult. Man, I'm so happy. Oh, and I dug out my propane tank in case, I lost my generator or something. So, I did that the other day. I'm like, damn, sure enough, I'll lose my generator or something, freeze to death. And I dug it out. I had it underneath the bed just like I thought I did. Walmart cases tomorrow. Walmart cases are tomorrow. If you're in Wichita, Kansas, come on down to Small Claims Court and join in. Those are tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. No, where would I get another generator still boxed up? I said I was going to buy one with the insurance money, but hell, then everything happened. All the money went here, and there. No. Just like now. Yeah, if I had that $575 or $675 from AAA, I could go buy a generator. I don't have that money. No, I don't have one in a box. Hell, I couldn't walk around having another generator in there. That's why another reason I got rid of the Honda back there gave it to Daniel to get it off the platform and whatnot. But the good thing is, after Saturday, I don't have to run my generator for a month. It's going to give it a nice, good rest and stuff. And we can hopefully get the money to get the RV fixed and stuff. And then everything will work out. Everything will work out. My check will come in. I have $1,000 to travel on. All I need is help getting either an engine and it put in or another RV over this next month. And then once again, I can get her back out on the road and start it out with my $980. I mean, I don't want Dave to make another profile and call me a liar. You know, I thought you said 900, you know. What an idiot that guy was. Yeah. That's what I was saying. Yeah, I was talking about that I wanted to buy one because this one's going to go. When I came home yesterday, I almost didn't get to start. I had to work on it and work on it and work on it. And this one's got a lot of hours on it. You know, I left April. Here we are in December. It's got a lot of hours on it. How long it lasts, I don't know. It's been a good, great generator. And when it dies, I can't complain. You know what I mean? I don't know how many hours they're supposed to last. I've been very happy with it and everything, but it ain't going to last till next year. And I made a statement, I'd like to buy another one just like that and have it here in the box. I did say that, but no, I didn't buy one. I don't have one here in the box. I could. I had the money in my pocket until I gave it to AAA. Now, when I get my money back from AAA, I'll have it in my pocket again, and I could go get one. But getting the engine and get it running is more important right now. You know? I try to do what's important. Oh, that RV for $1,000, send a phone number? Right on. Well, maybe I'll have a change of plans. Absolutely, Felix, thanks. There you go. Will may have found a good RV deal for $1,000 and $500 for a U-Haul to get to it and back. You know what I mean? Just like I was saying before, if I can get up the help from people and we can come up with $1,500, we could go get an engine and transmission, yada yada yada, and I have to come up with the other to rent a skid steer or something to help put it in. But it can all be done, and it can all be done for less than $3,000. Well, we need to talk to them and see if we can work a deal and get up the money and go do it. But I've got to I don't have $1,000 to go give them, Will, and put this in the RV park Saturday. That's my whole thing. You know what I mean? And I'm committed to the RV park Saturday. So I have to talk to them and see if they give me a couple of days, and if people come together and we can come up with $1,000 to go get it. Then I have to come up with a way to go up there to it. But after my live, send me the number and all that. And after my live, well, we'll talk whatever, and I'll talk to them, and we'll have to see what we can do. I really wish they had called this morning. Big stank. I'm going to try my best to line it up. But you know what? I screwed myself last time. I don't want to screw myself again. I found a place that I know I can be for a month. It's well within a 100-mile truck. And I don't know where I'm going to find another one. You know what I mean? If I take this 800 and scrape up 2 more, which is my eating money, stuff like that, that pays for this RV. Now I have an RV stuck here with no place to live, and I have an RV stuck up there, wherever it's at, right? I use my AAA tow to get this one up to there. No place to stay or nothing. What am I going to do? Where am I going to park 2 of them now? Or if I could finagle, take my license plate up there and have AAA tow that one down to here, I'm in a truck stop paying $18 a day for one vehicle. You know what I'm saying? So, good deal, great deal, not feasible right this second. If I had the money, yeah. You know, if I had the money to get up there and rent a truck, all that, in a heartbeat. I'd try and do it tomorrow. You know, go buy it, rent a truck, that would get me there and get me back. You know, like I did before, the U-Haul, right about $500. You see what I'm saying? I'd have no problem doing that. Hell, even if I had to stay up there a day or two and pull the engine. But if this RV's sitting down here in the RV park, I ain't got to worry about my dogs. I'm sure I could talk with the manager, a friend, or whatever. They could but I could take the dogs with me in the U-Haul and spend the night in the U-Haul, whatever. But it's just how quick I can come up with the money and pay them off. Would they be willing to take $100 or $200 deposit and give me a week to come up with the money? And win, lose, draw. If I come up with the money in a week, cool. Get the U-Haul and go up there and get it. If not, I lost $100 or whatever. I mean, I don't know. You don't tell me. Help me out here. I don't know what to do. I'm between a rock and a hard spot. And I've only got $1,000 to play with. I think it's be the very, 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 very smart move to go moving in to this RV park and have food for the rest of the month and worry about everything, after the new year, I guess it was going to be. Hopefully finding an engine or an RV closer. We may not, but I don't know how I could swing with $1,000 just going up there, and that's even if AAA would tow me up there. And how many miles is it? It's an hour and a half away. That should be probably within the 100 miles. But I want to talk to them, and if I can work something out, you know what I mean? Throw some feedback to me, people. Let me know what y'all are thinking. I mean, this is too much just for me. I mean, supposedly, other than a little wiring, but you never know. So you get there wrong. But supposedly, all it needs is a battery and a little gas, and you can drive it down the road. I've heard that before. And how far down the road? But I'd have to get up there, and I'd have to buy a temporary tag for interstate travel and whatnot, because I don't want to lose it or nothing. And if it ran, I could drive it right back down to the trailer park. I could turn the U-Haul in up there. I could get a U-Haul one way. And if it runs, drive it back down here, back to the RV park and everything. Get rid of that RV, whatever. I have a month to do whatever. But I think the best thing to do is go ahead and keep my month reservation here at this trailer park. I really, really do. Something's telling me with the winter coming and everything, me and the dogs would be much better off over the next 30 days being in that RV park. Oh yeah, I'm not saying that I can't use it. I can't. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all. But to get it down here or this one up there is going to be pretty much near impossible. And that's what I really need to do. But if I had this one in an RV spot and I went up there and got that one, got it running on, drove it back down, boom, I could switch everything over. I could do whatever I want. I just, sell, scrap, whatever. You know what I mean? But I think I'm biting my nose to spite my face to give up my month's money of being, because if something didn't work out, then me and the dogs are still on the side of nowhere and in the cold and don't know if somebody's going to come by and kick me off because I got 2 RVs doing nothing with. Because I'd be up there with no money, no way to rent a place or anything. Not knowing no one, nothing. You know what I mean? And it's a little hard for me to make that call. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Well, I understand that, Will. And what I'd love to do, I'd love to get people to donate about $1,500. Or no, it's going to take more than that. About $1,600, $1,700. Or hell, if I have to hitchhike, I don't care. My RV would be here, safe, at a trailer park in Springfield. Even if I had to hitchhike up there. And you know me, I'll do it. I'll do it, But I go up there with $1,000 and money to gas to get it back down and parts and stuff. A couple $100. No problem. That'd be great. And I'd do that in a heartbeat. What I'm saying is, I can't justify taking every penny I have right now to live on and eat on and buying that RV. Because that leaves me at the mercy of the police, the parking, food, and everything. And I can't do that. I can't do that. If it's supposed to happen, people would pitch in, and I'll be able to afford it. I got $675 coming from AAA, but I can't get it until I move into the damn trailer park and have it mailed to me. So I'm in one of them rock and hard spots. Damn if I do, damn if I don't. But you know what? Kind of sort of same thing. I lost the one that Doug couldn't go pay for me, because his family in the hospital and stuff, right? It may be the same way right here. But we lost that one, and hopefully we don't lose this one, but if we do, the good Lord's going to put another one up there eventually. And I got a month to make it happen. But I want to talk to them, see what they say, and and if they, I guess if you can sell it sooner, sell it. But give me a couple of days to see if I can scrape up the money I need to come get it. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? I started GoFundMe, and I tell y'all, we boom, we make this deal for the RV, and I put the call out, hey, I need help, yada, yada, yada. Well, if it happens over a couple of days, we get the funds, I go get it, fine. But what if it takes 6 months? I mean, I don't know what people will or won't do, or can and can't do. On Facebook, I'd have the money in 2 days. Mr. Allen Newman, and he would probably help me. There's a few people that would help me. But see, I have no contact with them people no more. So, it is what it is. I think I'm just going to go ahead and, I want to talk to them people. Please send me the information and stuff, but I probably have to be honest with them, tell them it's something I can't commit to this week. Could they possibly understand my situation and stuff and give me a week to come up with the money? I'll send them $100. That's $100 for my food, but I'd send you $100 to show you how serious I am. If I don't come up there next week and buy it, that $100 is yours. If I'm up there, I'll just bring you 900 more and it's mine. That's probably all I can do. What are your suggestions? The RV's probably an hour and a half from me, I think Will said. Oh, no situation. I mean, I'm just going to do the right thing and rent me a place with my with my check this month. I'm going, I'm going to rent me a place for me and my dogs for a month, and I'm going to enjoy the holidays. If I'm meant to get back on the road and people wanting down the road, they're going to help me get an engine or another RV. I mean, I'm not worried about it. Not worried about it at all. That's the last thing I want to do is be worried about it. But if I was to try and rush up there and buy an RV, how am I supposed to even get up there to do it? I'm going to have $500 to go hop in the truck and go up there and buy this RV or nothing. How am I supposed to do it? I just wish I could and wish I had the answers, but I don't. I'm going to look at the blessing that fell in my lap today about a place to stay. The good Lord listened to me about needing a place for $800 or less, and I'm tickled to death. Just tickled to death about it. I know Mr. John, and I know he's good for his word. He said he'd chip in $100 on it. So boom, there's $100, and we get a GoFundMe going or whatever. People help going. I can see it happening. I can see it happening. It's just I need the supporters to get the engine or something for me, or get that RV for me. Help me. I don't mind going to get it. Don't mind driving there. Don't mind tearing the engine out or fixing it up. I don't mind any of the work or nothing. I just ain't got the finances to go get it or a way to go get it. Man, I'd love to put this one in the RV park and then give me a week and let's come up with that $1,000. Because even if I had to hitchhike, I go up there, I put a tag on it, I call AAA and tell them I need a tow back down here to the mobile home park. That's the way to do it, I think. But it just depends whether people will give me a week to come up with the money or however long it takes. A Cash App is, Eddie, in a way, but you can't really, most people, a GoFundMe, you can make a campaign and stuff, and you can put on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook, which I hope people would. I really hope people will. Cash App, that's cool. Yes, you get every penny through Cash App. GoFundMe takes a couple of dollars out, and this, that, and the other. But GoFundMe is a platform where you make and ask for help. So GoFundMe is the way to go. It's just whether people will share it and donate to it, what the cause. If the cause is all right, like JC's, the one-legged guy in the hurricane, man, his account made him $60,000. Then that's after a lot of people got a refund and stuff because, he didn't have his bank note, stuff like that. But he still cleared $60,000 from that. Well, he didn't clear that after, that's what they took in. I don't know how much he actually had to pay GoFundMe. Because GoFundMe gets a couple % of every donation. And I just got a notification from GoFundMe this morning. They're giving me to January 8th to hook a bank up or blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to go ahead, figure out my passwords and stuff now that I just now got everything out of the way. And I'm happy. I'm so happy I found a place to stay and all. I haven't even tried to find an engine or nothing. And I'm real happy with Will and everybody that's sending me the information on these other motorhomes and stuff so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But, maybe I can talk to them people and they do see who I am, whatnot, and I'm willing to send them $100. Hey, I'm going to buy it. I want to buy it, but this is what's going to have to happen. And if they want to watch it or want it, who knows? Maybe they donated 100 or two on it. Who knows? I just want to be open and honest with them and tell them it might take me a week to get the money or whatever. And if it hasn't happened in a week, it's not going to happen. Oh, I hear you. Well, next week, I got the money to pay for the truck. All I need is $1,000 for the motorhome. Or, the RV safe, I hitchhike up there. And I have $600 towards the purchase of the motorhome. I still need $400 plus whatever to get it back down here. Or get AAA if I can't get it down here. So if I can come up with $1,000 to either purchase the engine or this motorhome, I think we could make it happen. I really think we can make it happen. I got 3 tows. Don't have to be the same RV, but it has to be a registered vehicle. I get there, all I got to do is go to the local tag office and tell them I'm not going to register it here. Which I don't want to register it there. I want to register it in Arizona. And you get an interstate travel permit. And 3 days, 10 days, whatever, and I'll have to keep getting them or whatever where I'm at. But, yeah, I'll be able to transfer it over to my insurance and all that, but I'm not going to do that yet. I will go register it, and AAA will have to tow it if I don't get it running. Or if I do get it running and I'm driving back down here and it breaks down, I'll still be able to get it down here. Meanwhile, this whole week, I'll try and find a place where I can take the RV and either fix it up or pull the engine and stuff and arrange to scrap it and stuff, or arrange to fix it up and put my stuff in it and scrap mine or something. I think, what do y'all think? Isn't that the best way to do it? I mean, sure, I'm hoping someone will hold something for me for a week. But I think offering them $100 and whatnot on the chance, and it would really help someone in this mission out. I think good Lord will touch their heart and they say that'd be okay, because you're just being honest with them and everything, you know what I mean? Any thoughts on that? Why loadable? Damn it, I ain't gonna be able to load a bowl here shortly. Dynamite jam. Nobody wants to weigh in on it, huh? If it was you, what would you do? I'd love to get a few opinions on it, you know? If you was in my shoes, what would you do? I think the safest way is to rent the spot, hope I get the $1,000, get the money back from AAA, go up there and try and drive it or get it back by AAA. My dogs are safe while I'm out getting the motor home, yada yada. If it takes 2 days, whatever, yada yada, or they're, you know. If I had a U-Haul, I could take the dogs, but hitchhiking, I'm not. And if I had a breakdown or anything, AAA would have to tow it. Well, they don't have to. We know how that goes. Oh, I'm sure things good will happen at the RV park. Huh? I'd almost bet you on that. Yeah, absolutely. um, I feel the same way. And at least everybody will know that I'm safe and the dogs are safe. You know, and I am trying. You know, and I'm willing to take the 575 that AAA's going to send back supposedly, and put it right towards the engine and stuff. The RB. I mean, no problem doing that. Um, I'm going to kick myself in the ass if you know, but hey, if they can't wait a week and they got someone who's going to buy it and whatnot, it just wasn't meant to be. But hey, you never know. Like I say, if I had Facebook, I'd be not worried about it at all. And I'm not really worried, but it was a lot easier on Facebook. Like when I had this one, when I was committed, and the guy told me to bring me $1,000 and whatnot, whatever, you know, yada yada. Yeah, one friend chipped in $500, and I chipped in the rest. That's how we got this one. It wasn't by a bunch of donors or nothing like that. Um, so it just depends. If someone is able to and they hear about it, and that's why I say the GoFundMe, because everybody could share my GoFundMe on Facebook, and hopefully a lot of my friends and stuff will see that if people will share it to the Facebook, if they share it on TikTok and stuff. I think the people will help and put it back on the road. I mean, it'd be such a shame. Everybody says that. They're trying to take away hemp from us. Come on, people. There's got to be 1,000 people out there that don't want hemp taken away. Send me $1 on Cash App. Send me $1 on GoFundMe. Oh, absolutely going to be talking to people, and that's why I told them, you know, that what I am, who I am, and I said I'm not really going to do a petition there. I'm just there for the winter, but people are going to want to talk to me. Oh, heck, I'll come by and burn with you. Is pretty much what he said. Well, first he said he's hoping that I'd burn with them, and I'm like, man. People say that all the time, and I'm not here fighting for their rights, and they should be out here burning with me. And he laughed a bit. He said, I can see your point there, you know. We might just do that, you know, type. So, yeah, it's a smoke-friendly RV park and stuff, I guess, which it should be. We're in a legal state. I think it's going to be, you know, cool. What I like, because I hate hooking my sewer system and all that up for a month. When I read that they had the showers and restrooms, oh hell yeah, I'd rather just walk over there and take a shower and use the restroom like I do in a truck stop than to undo everything that's packed away in the shower and stuff, hook that up, and little bitty, yeah, yeah. So I'm really happy, especially when I seen that they had just shower restrooms and stuff. Don't have to worry about heat. I got heaters. We'll get more heater if I need it, whatever. As to me, it's cool. It's really cool. No, he was going to start a petition to get me back on Facebook, but he didn't do that. I guess I could start the petition and whatnot and let y'all share it all over Facebook. I might do that. I got a month to do a bunch of things, and I got to get the attention to get this on the road, and we got to get the attention to get the signatures of the people. So that's what we do. Afro power, there you go. I don't know why you said that, but right on. Peace, love, and Afro. Let me get a bowl. Oh, you know what was sick the other day? Yesterday when I got that ride in the morning, y'all seen the live video I did? And while I'm watching, some guy says, "Tell Kurt hello," or something, and I'm like, huh? And then when he said the blonde guy, wasn't that something? That someone was watching my live and they knew that the kid that was driving the truck? Oh, that was cool. If you watched the live, you seen what I'm talking about. Cheers. Russia, Ray, right on. Much respect back to Russia, my friend. I'm from planet Earth. I'm a human being. I don't see race, I don't see color, I don't see none of that. I see human beings on planet Earth. And I believe in the golden rule. And my friend, as long as you treat me the way that you want to be treated, we all right, my friend. You know what I mean? Human being, planet Earth, golden rule. Oh, you didn't have to tell us that. We knew that. Michael, you didn't have to tell us that. We knew that just from his parts. I'm like you. I'm from my mama. I mean, Mike, you didn't have to tell us. As soon as you started describing your parts, we knew you were outer space. We knew it. Oh my gosh. It's been an hour and a half. I've run out of things to do except search for an engine or an RV. I thought I was going to spend the day fighting and the good Lord put it right there in front of me. A couple phone calls, and one led to another. You know, oh, we don't do short. We do only a year. Then I got to where, well, we can do 6 months, and then but 3 or 4 phone calls talking and telling my situation and all, and then I got this number which I probably wouldn't even call them had someone not told me, because when you see resorts and stuff like that, you're like, ah. But I was glad I called them. Real glad I called them. This is the last month for $750. Starting January 1st, it's either $225 or $250 a week, and they will no longer do the monthly rates. Isn't that something? It's the last month of doing monthly rates and all. And it gets a little pricey, but still, it's a place. They did the weekly rate after the first because they want to do away with monthly spots. They really prefer to have people stay daily and weekly, new owners, or I don't know, something like that. He was telling me all about it, or whatever. Anyhow, they want to go to weeklies only, and instead of a monthly, which that's cool, and that, any of them businesses have a right to do that, written by the day, the week, the month, whatever. But they're getting rid of the monthly, so I caught the last good deal. I mean, that's a pretty sweet deal. It's fair. I got a good deal, for the last month of this RV place. Snowing in Des Moines, right on. I can see that. We're supposed to be getting some really cold weather coming in. Now, tomorrow's going to be nice, from what I heard. And my angel's coming to pick me up for court in the morning. I'm giving her $60 to take me to court and back. Um, you know, heck, I couldn't get an Uber for that. I guarantee you. And that's what I offered her, not what she said I had to pay. You know, uh, and it's worth it, her time and all. Heck, she may know law. She may even want to come in and sit at the court in the hearing and whatever. I don't think it's going to be taking them very long. I think it's going to be wrapped up in 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops. If we actually have a trial, I couldn't see it lasting 20 minutes. But I think it's going to wrap up within the first 5 minutes. Oh, Big, she is super nice, and she's an angel. She's an angel. Oh, you haven't missed much, Daniel. You've just been yapping. Yeah, well, I shouldn't even be having to go into courts and stuff like that, but it is. Um, thank goodness that, I don't have to stand out there at 5 o'clock in the morning trying to get there because it's an hour early. See, yesterday I had to be there at 9:30. Tomorrow I got to be there at 8:30. And like I say, I'll be surprised. I mean, it may take 5 or 10 minutes before court's called and all that, but I won't be in front of the judge more than 5 minutes. I don't think that she's going to make us go to trial. If she does, okay, fine, whatever. I can say what I can say. They say what they say, and she makes a decision. But I'm going in there and asking her just to let me drop it and take it to a higher court. Always on their time schedule, like tell me, I'm going to give them a continuance, and if you want a continuance, I'll give you one continuance too. Ma'am, I don't live here. May seem not our problem, type shit. Fuck that. I don't see how someone call in and say, I'm sick, I'm not going to make it, and they get a continuance. And I'm there. I called earlier that day and said, can I please get a continuance? I can't make it, I don't think. Nope, you will have a warrant for your arrest, was exactly what I was told. Exactly what I was told. And then that judge tell me the clerk didn't say that. Bullshit. That clerk said that. I ain't got no reason to lie about that. That's my salvation. And I ain't going to give up my salvation to call someone a liar when they're not a liar. But I will stand up and call a liar a liar. I guess the judges, some of them, not all of them, there's a lot of fair judges out there, but there's good and bad and everything. But just like cops lie, judges lie too. Guarantee you, bet your money on it. Look at all the corruption in the world. Now he'll been the Kush. Oh, we are supposed to be the bosses, but yeah. Oh, man. You know what a blessing that would be? Hey, even if he would say, nah, I can't donate it, give me $500. I mean, A donation would be just wonderful and great. But you know what I mean? Even if he would sell it, find the price. Uh, you know what I mean? Because I know me and you could get that damn thing pulled out, and at most $500 for U-Haul and whatnot. And where I'm going, probably be able to put an engine in and out. Especially when I say, look, man, or we did it on the weekend when it's only going to take a couple hours. Everything else is inside or underneath the vehicle. You know what I mean? But I think they'd be cool with it. They know I'm coming in broke down. They know I'm working on the vehicle. So, right on. Keep me posted. Let me know. I appreciate you just talking to them about it and all, man. I appreciate that, my brother. I could see in a month's time getting that engine out, getting it here, and getting it installed. You know what I mean? I could see that actually happening within a week if everything was in place. But that'd be so cool. No, Michael, I didn't record the phone call with the clerk. That's why I was surprised when the judge says, and I know you record all your phone calls. And I didn't say, well, I didn't record that one, Your Honor. Mama raised no fools. Daddy raised my brother. No, I didn't have no reason to record that call, I didn't think. But no, I'm pretty sure I didn't record the call. Wouldn't it be funny if I did? But I don't think I did. It was cold, and I was frazzled. It'd be funny as hell if I did. Nope. Nope. I didn't think I did. I didn't honestly figure that there was any reason I'd have to, you know. I knew what they was going to say, but I wanted to call and find out. I mean, we talked about that yesterday or whatever. Somebody did, won't you try and reschedule, whatever. And I would think as a hardship, which that's what the judge is trying to tell me herself, which, hey, I could believe that. You know, but until that judge took that attitude to me and told me the clerk didn't tell me what they did, you know, I thought she was an all right judge. But right then I knew no, because I really think that she would have, you know. Now, that lady didn't say she was going to put the note in front of the judge or anything like that. She told me if I wasn't there, that I'd have a bench warrant out for my arrest. The only thing I could do was come into a walk-in court. That's the only thing I was told, the only thing I could do. Not that she had submitted to the judge or nothing. But I tell you what, if that judge was to stand in front of me and tell me, you know, I lost the point there. She said she was going to give me she would have given me the continuance, and that she doubted her clerk said that. I would have loved to have that on tape, but I've got no reason to lie. But that's why it's a non-court of record, and if that clerk wants to lie, and both the judge and the clerk wants to go rotten in hell, that's between them. But I'm going to tell the truth, and that's what I was told. And I think it's just so damn unfair that someone could call in and say, I'm sick. We don't know if they're sick or anything. We don't know a damn thing. Maybe they're scared. Don't want to go. Who knows? Got a doctor's excuse? They see a doctor? What's up? They call in and they give me a continuance. And I'm there and from out of state and all, and I'm like, hey, Your Honor, the prosecutor, whatever. I got a piece of evidence here. Please look at. And we won't even be going to trial or nothing. You're going to want to throw this case out. Just like in 2016. And they wouldn't let me do it. And I was surprised the kangaroo court wouldn't let me do it. Last time, when I was charged with camming in public, it was a good judge. As soon as I told him that the prosecutor wouldn't talk to me or look at my evidence or anything like that, and I'm my own attorney, what's going on, he ordered us out in the hallway and said, "You two guys need to talk before you come in front of me." I showed him that video. We walked inside. He said, "Your Honor, the city wants to not prosecute this case." I told Judge and him to have a good day, and I went about my business. What's going to be different? I got a judge that runs a kangaroo court. That's the only thing different. If it was that same judge that I was in front of last time in 2016, I would think it would be different. I'd think it'd be different because it's probably pretty much a pre-trial conference. But then again, they was bringing witnesses in and stuff. So, I mean, they wouldn't even tell me whether it was a Class 1 or a Class 2 or A or B, whatever the hell they call it. One of them has jail time, one don't. I figure it's the one that don't have jail time just to fine. Because as far as I know, it was set for trial. They talked about my case out of my presence. They did all kinds of stuff. There you go, Big Snake. Hey, thank you. I've got a couple of grandkids that think that. I don't know if all 6 of them do, but probably. I would hope so. Hey, you just check what the recording laws in your state. And if you're a one-party state, you're 100% legal. 100% legal to record without telling anybody that you're recording. And remember, if you're in that conversation, now if there's a couple people over here talking and whatnot, and you're not in it, you're just eavesdropping type, oh, that's illegal as hell. But if you're in that conversation, one person, if one person, you could be one person, is engaged in the conversation, as long as one of you knows it's being recorded, you can record. You just can't record other people's conversations. You have to be in that conversation. And you just go like to Google or something. What is the state of Kansas? 1 or 2 party, whatever, yada, yada, yada. What is the recording laws in the state? And Kansas and Missouri both will tell you they're one-party states. A bunch of states are one-party. Hell, we're recorded everywhere we go. Right here and now. On these damn phones and stuff. Everywhere we go. We're audio and video and recorded. Even when we take the phones off, we're not. You know? So what the hell? Why does people have any problem with it? Just don't do nothing, you know, or you're afraid of you're going to be audioed and videoed. Because if you're out in public, you're being audioed and videoed. All these damn audits, you know, I love watching them and the shames and the pepper sprays and all that. But come on, people, why are you so upset about someone filming you out in public? Every cop almost wears a body cam now. Fire departments, EMT, all kinds of people now are wearing the body cams and stuff. Everywhere you go, you can't go a dozen blocks and there not be a camera somewhere pointing on the streets and stuff. So pretty much everywhere you go and stuff, you're being watched and surveillance. I wish we could record them all. Oh yeah. Well, why do you think exactly the same year at the same time no one could buy a phone where you could replace the battery? A lot of people didn't pay no attention to that when they made it where you couldn't take. They didn't do it because they took it because people were taking the battery out of the phone, and the batteries that were hidden in the phone only lasted like a day or whatnot. But when people, it depended on whether they looked through the camera and stuff, what they were doing. All the phones had a little like reserve battery in it, Um, but when you took your big battery out, after an hour or so, if they're watching you and this that, and the other, boom, their battery's dead. Um, that's why they made all these phones where you can't take the battery out of. Any of y'all ever think of why every cell phone became where you can't get the battery out of it? Yeah. See, a lot of people don't follow along and watch how they're doing and everything. You think they put cameras on both sides of this thing for your convenience? Nah, not at all, man. They can see who you're talking to. If I stand here talking with someone and whatnot, they get to see where you're at, who you're talking to at any time they want. We used to have what they call landlines. Landlines went under the law of the what? Land. And therefore, to listen in on a phone call or anything like that, they had to have a warrant. Now we went to cell phones and got rid of damn near all landlines. Now we're law of air, but there's no such thing as law of air. So we're tried under law of the water, losing our constitutional rights as sovereign citizens once again. And people don't think about it. If you just think about the shit, it all adds up. Every bit of it adds up. They don't need a single warrant whatsoever to listen to any of your calls on a cell phone. It's public airway. Anybody with a scanner can listen to you, your calls, anything else. No warrants required like back day when it was land law, because it was a land line. You got to watch all their terminologies and stuff. Oh, ring doorbells, the traffic cameras, the camera readers and stuff, the traffic lights, all that's recorded. There's people sitting down at 100 feet there doing all kinds, and it's all being recorded. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sure, Michael. Oh, there's cameras everywhere. There's cameras in smart TVs. There's cameras in phone. There's cameras everywhere. Hey, look at that. It's getting late, folks. We'll get out of here. Hey, I appreciate each and every one of you, my friends. And doggone, I got good news about a spot. Wouldn't it be something if I got good news about an engine, especially one donated or something? All we had to do is come down there in Daniel's backyard and pull it. Hey, Daniel, make that happen. I'll buy the steaks and the beer. And tell the guy that donated he will be guest of honor. That would be cool. I'll take my food stamps that month. We just had, well, not for the beer, but I'd buy the steaks with my food stamps, of course, feed us, and that'd be cool. Steaks and beer for an engine, that'd be cool. I can dream, can I? Oh, I know you're trying, brother. And I know if the Lord touches his heart, he's going to do it. You know what I mean? If not, it's okay. I appreciate you trying, brother. I know the Lord's touched your heart. I know you've helped me, and I try and help you. That's what we're supposed to do. Hey, you got any of that jerky left? I'm proud of myself. I am a pretty good chunk in the corner. Couple, 2-3 pieces there. Haha. You're like me stretching it out. I got 3. John would love that. I hope he watches this video. I got to get a hold of Doug. I can't remember if I've heard from Doug. Didn't Doug come in yesterday on one of the videos? I'm going to have to, I don't remember. But I'm going to find out what's up with Doug and his family. Well, my friends, please make sure you sign the petition at 420jim.com, 420jim.com. We all know nobody belongs in prison for having weed. And we want it federally legal, right? Sign that petition and share it. You don't have to, oh, he is here today? You don't have to donate to it. If you want to donate, please do it to my Cash App. We need an engine right now, as quick as we can, to get this back on the road. We got, say, less than a month to do it. But share the petition. Right under where it says, do you want to help me? Put no thanks, I'd rather share. And if you want to help me, look for my GoFundMe that'll be up this weekend, or get a hold of me, my Cash App. The Cash App is the $420JIMS. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all. But the main thing, sign that petition and share it. Double tap the screen anytime you see my videos, please. Tell the algorithm that you like it and want it shared out with others. Just double tap that screen. I do these lives at noon and 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Can't hardly talk. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Yeah, Doug was here today. Right on, right on. So if you would, because sometimes I have to go live, like yesterday at the courts and stuff, I tried to go live. Sometimes they notify you, sometimes they don't. I don't know why. But you've got to go over and turn on all notifications. You hit the bell or something, there's supposed to be like a couple of different settings. Make sure you have all notifications turned on. And like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you would. Subscriptions don't cost nothing. Yes, don't forget to tip the waitress and drive home safely. What animals live in what? Does that say beard? What animals he lives in his beard? Here, hey, I was going to go away, but I'm going to bitch slap your little ass first. Here you go, you little bitch. There you go, a little bitch slap for your little bitch conversation, little bitch. Hey, peace, love, and cannabis for all. One team, one dream, united we stand, and we try, folks. We can all get along. The dogs love you, I love you, and most of all, Jesus loves you. Have a wonderful day. Hope to see y'all this evening at 7. Till then, peace out, y'all.